Hey guys, Vigoman here and welcome back to Viggo's Island. This is episode 4 and I'm so glad to have you back. In the last episode we did a ton of stuff. Mainly we started our main base and honestly I'm in love with the design we have so far and you guys really seem to like that as well. And just imagine when this expands, when we have storage area, farms, and towers and this design just all over the place, all just integrated into one massive base. And we also built a villager breeder, and in today's episode we're gonna use some of these villagers here. This is the world center. Here I will be using our freshly bred villagers to build up an iron farm. First, we need a small platform to work from. Villager mechanics is some of the hardest to understand in this game, and to build a working iron farm we need to know some of these. The first thing we need to understand is that the iron from this farm comes from killing iron golems. Secondly, we need to provide the villagers a place to sleep. Villagers has to have slept in the last 20 minutes to be able to summon an iron golem. We need 3 villagers, so we need 3 beds, and we don't really need anything else for the villagers to be happy here. Villagers are more likely to summon an iron golem when they are scared, so we use a zombie to scare them. It's important that we break the line of sight from time to time though, so that the villagers will be able to sleep, because remember, they have to sleep every 20 minutes for them to be able to summon an iron golem. I stole this zombie container design from my friend Logical Geek Boy, which is a smart design using water and some blocks for the zombie to just go up and down and break the line of sight from time to time. And then we just need to catch a zombie. When the villagers summon an iron golem, there must be a solid block for them to spawn on inside a radius of 16 blocks. So we built a small platform for them to spawn on. It's important that we try to move away the iron golems as quickly as possible so that the new golems can be summoned. We do this by pushing them in water and letting them fall down into the final part of the farm. And when the iron golems fall down, they will be collected in a small area, which is where we're going to be killing them. We're going to be using some water streams to direct them into a source block of lava, basically burning them and just collecting up the iron and all the other drops they give us. It's a bit of an eyesore, but what can you do? It's covered in dirt. I'm pretty sure it's going to look a little bit better once we remove all of this, but before we do that we actually need to get the villagers up here. And before we do that, I just want to quickly give you an introduction to the minor bits here so you can actually understand this and try to recreate it for yourself if you want to. Now it's easier to see how this contraption here works with the zombie just bobbing up and down like that. So basically the villagers, which are going to be standing inside here, and from there they have a clear view of this jumping zombie here. They're going to freak out and call for some assistance. And the assistance is the iron golem. He's going to spawn on top of here. He's going to follow the water straight down here and just fall down to his demise. And when they drop down, they're gonna fall into this area here, which I haven't actually tested. So maybe the iron golems just overshoot this and doesn't even hit at all. So we might redo this eventually. But basically, they fall in here, the water pushes them into this burning block over here. There's a hopper, which is gonna pick up the drops, putting them into this chest here, which is gonna contain all the goodies. I have now built an entire highway of rails here, connecting up to this place and down to the villager breeder down here. And I actually went back to the Nether and collected all of these up as we moved villagers from the village over there, I think, over to our place. I went back in the Nether, picking them up so I could reuse them here. And I had a really scary experience. I was killed by a ghost and I was really lucky. My pickaxe just barely made it. I don't think I lost anything else of value, but we did lose quite a bit of levels. Now, let's see if this thing I've built here works and send one of you guys up to the farm. Let's try that. It works! Alright. I hope you're not scared of heights. Hello, people! Seems like we have a little bit of an escape problem on our iron farm. There's another one. We really need to fix this bottom solution here because we have a lot of escapees. Some fall down there though. I also had to change the sides on the top platform there because the iron golems kept getting stuck within the glass walls here. So I added just some fences. So hopefully that's gonna fix it. And it seems like it have. There we have another one. Did he fall down? Yes, look at that. Perfect. So it's kind of catching like half of them, I guess. But I'm going to expand this little platform here just a little bit. I was actually planning on going to the Nether next, exploring a little bit, find some fortresses, and maybe just gather up a couple of resources. Man, look at this view here. I just love it every single time I walk through the jungle. and get to this place here. But anyway, I was planning on going to the Nether as I said, but my armor has taken quite a bit of a beating and I really don't feel safe going to the Nether like this. So I would have to make myself a new set of armor and enchant it hopefully before going to the Nether. But that is not possible now that we lost all those levels to that ghast. But that's not a problem because I wanted to get a lot of building done today. So what I'm thinking is that we do some more building on this place here, then go to the Nether and then maybe come back and do even more building later in the episode. So why don't we just finish off this bit we started in the last one, because it's currently just a facade. It's looking awesome, but it needs some more depth to it. So let's put in a back wall, a roof over this entire thing, and just make it look complete and pretty. Just realized we need a lot more warp stem before starting the roof, so I guess we're going a quick tour to the Nether anyway. Oof, it's raining again. But good thing we finally have a roof over our head. Look at this, it's quite big in here and I love it so far. It looks a little wonky with this colorful roof here from down below, but we're gonna cover that up very nicely eventually. What is great is that there's a lot of space inside here, which is gonna accommodate for quite a lot of farms. That is something I want to do in the next episode actually, is to start building a couple of farms inside this building here. And then below here I want to build a storage room for this part of the building. It's going to be different for all the different section here eventually. But what I want to do in the next episode is, as I mentioned, build some farms and play with the industrial concept of this base, which we talked about. And I want to have like a copper pipe coming out of this floor here, going out and then down to where the storage is going to be. So I'll have to play around with that in the next episode, just giving you a little bit of a teaser. And then later in today's episode, I actually want to start to build some of the towers surrounding here. Probably just one to set an idea, build like a concept for that. Probably this one here because I dug out a little bit. And it's going to build like a tower here in the same kind of style, but it's going to be very tall and I think it's going to look awesome. But before we do more building, I need to take a little break and do as initially planned, go to the Nether. I hope to find a fortress so we can get some Nether bricks, because that's pretty cool. Well, we can craft them, but they're cool. We might use them for the base eventually, but also maybe slay some wither skeletons so we can get a beacon soon and just kind of explore the area a little bit. So we still haven't regained all our levels, but I really do need a little bit of armor before we're going in there. Alright, man, I really need to move this portal away and get you guys out. Who? Why are there two people here now? I thought there was only one here. Have you come from the village on your own? How is that even possible? I don't know. And he can't escape in here. It should be proof. I don't know. But we have two dudes in here. Cool. We need to move them away, poor people. And then move the portal, because this looks super bad. So this is the path or road, highway, whatever you want to call it, we built to get to the village where I got the villagers from. Which is actually where I died. You can see me trying in panic here to cover myself up with some blocks. But it didn't work. So I actually brought myself a shield this time. It's something I haven't really gotten used to using because I'm mostly a builder and fighting in combat and stuff is kind of awkward to me, but we have a shield here. Hopefully that will work. But yeah, if we follow this path here, I do believe we're going to get out towards or close to a Nether fortress. So let's just continue running down here. Okay, that sound really scared me. So I've been playing Minecraft for over 10 years, and I should really be used to being here down in the Nether, but I'm not. I always think it's super scary down here, and I'm always on the alert for everything. Every little noise makes me jump a little bit. Yes, look at that. That is definitely a fortress. Alright, so I am really not prepared here, so We might die, but oh, there's a chest. But let's give it a shot, shall we? I think what we need to do is just make sure that we cover up these places from time to time, so we have somewhere to run in case we meet those bad boys. That's perfect timing for showing you. That's a pro tip from me. Put up a couple of these, because when you meet wither skeletons, you have somewhere to run. Okay. Oh, diamond horse armor and iron. Well, we don't really need that since we have the iron farm now, but that's alright. Let's continue blocking off some of these bits. I'm just really scared for the wither skeletons. Let's check out this loot here. A diamond, horse armor, awesome. There's another chest right over here. Let's make sure there's no baddies here. Horse armor again, saddle, gold. Okay, fair enough. Let's take that. Yes, look at that. We got a skull. Our first skull. Oh, guys, look at this. It's basically a wither skeleton farm. There are 2 more in the back there as well. Maybe they're having a little bit of a hangout here and I'm just interrupting them. Maybe, but maybe this is... Go away, please. I don't want to hit you. Because your friends are going to be real mad. Go away, please. Out of my range. Come on, out of here, please. Maybe this is where we'll get our second skull. Hey dude, do you want to trade with me? I found some gold laying around and I figured you might want some. Do you want that? Please, grab that. And then give me something good back, please. Whatever you have, I'll take it. Oh, cool. Hello, do you want some? I promise you, it's real. It's a real deal. If you could give me like a nice pickaxe or something, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm also going to get a little bit of this blackstone here before we start building again, because I'm probably gonna need that. And one tip from me to you guys, if you don't want to get stuck in these basalt areas, because they are very tricky to maneuver, use a compass. These bone structures around the nether can be really useful for us, because we need quite a bit of this for the gradient that we're using for the base. So I'm just gonna run around here in the Soul Sand Valley, I think that's the name of this place, and just collect a couple of these if I find them. I made it back to the overworld and I'm still alive, and I'm ready to get some more building done. So what I want to do is to build these towers in the corners here, and I have mentioned this many times, but I'm gonna try again. So basically the idea is that you can see I've done a little bit of an outline here. I want to have a tower in each of the 4 corners of this dugout place here, connecting this bit here into the, like we're going to do a similar bit on this wall, just kind of facing that way. And connecting those up with towers in the middle. It's going to look super awesome, I think, and create this really immersive, beautiful area down below here where you can look up at, first of all, these facades here, but also, yeah, it's just kind of skyscraper towers on the sides here. We're gonna like implement the same kind of style, same kind of colors, but still make them stand out a little bit. So what I want to do now is just put on some music, try a little bit of building, and see if we can actually make a tower here that fits with the rest of this place. Holy beard, that turned out so much better than I was anticipating. I wish you could see the smile on my face right now. It looks something like this. I love the proportions here, the way this feels very like massive, heavy, structural kind of part of this building here. I initially actually wanted to do like a very tall spire on this. I even designed it in a creative world, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna fit very much, so I might just use that spire somewhere else. And my plan was to have like this roof here, and then where we have that little bit right there, maybe a little bit lower down, like It's going to be a little bit thicker than this, but like a tall tower with like this ornate kind of features on it. But honestly, I really like the simplicity of this one, so I think I'm just going to keep it like that. And while I was building it, I had this great epiphany of what we could actually use this tower for, because honestly, I haven't figured out where everything should be in the base. I just kind of know what kind of base I want to have and what kind of stuff I want to have in it, but not where. So this one here, it's very big and it's very dark in here once we cover up the windows here. So I'm thinking, could we build a mob farm in here, like a drop shoot thing, where we have several layers and then water to push mobs down? So I think I'm going to try that in the next episode, see if we can build something here. It's not going to be the most efficient because it's close down to the ground, there's cave and stuff below here, but at least we're going to get some loot from it. And since we're already here working, we're going to be loading it most of the time. And I'm thinking that's going to be like a nice way of using these massive towers here, because there's not really too much else to use it other than they're looking pretty fancy. I wonder. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I don't think I've ever seen this before. There are two wandering traders here at the same time. What is the probability of that? Do you have anything I want? Likely not, because these people here have the worst trade in the game. I don't need anything you guys have. Before I let you guys go for today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit while we move over to the iron farm, because I want to see how much iron we have gotten from this little bit of an episode here. It's taking me quite a long time, so hopefully we have accumulated a little bit of iron. But while we walk over there, I want to present to you guys some of the ideas I have for this series here as a whole. Of course, I have presented my ideas for the base a little bit. Of course, that's going to evolve over time, but I have some ideas for what I want to achieve with this series here overall. First of all, I want it to be a long series where you can always come back to this place, place some blocks, explore the new world, and expand on our base, build like an ultimate survival world, because I've always wanted that. But I also want to have some goals for myself to set this place apart. It's not something we're going to do straight away, because we need to kind of get settled first. But I want to have a project which is going to be like Viggo's Zoo. The name is not set yet, but I want to build a place where we collect all the mobs in the game that are possible to collect. So probably not the Ender Dragon, but everything else. I want to collect them and build like a zoo. So that means like all hostile but also passive mobs and all that sort of stuff, and build a zoo surrounding them, where we have nice enclosures for them, yeah, fitting what kind of mob we have, and just kind of a place to catch all of them. Let's check here. Honestly, I would have expected more. I have had some problems in the past where the farm is kind of getting stuck over time. I will have to look into that in between episodes, but we have some at least. But yeah, I want to have a place where we can kind of display and capture all the different kind of mobs in the game. And first of all, it's going to be fun and very, very tricky to capture all of them. And also, it's going to provide us with like infinite content, because we're going to get more mobs as we continue, and finding ways to capture them, build enclosure for them. I think that's going to be like such a fun long-term project, which is never going to like really be finished. Oh, look at the tower through there. That is so awesome. But my good people, that is all we're gonna have time for today. It's been a really fun episode. We did a lot of building. We even did an iron farm, which is so crucial. I'm so happy with everything we have gotten done so far in today's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button. And if you haven't done already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggo Man, and I'm out.